Dear Chartered Accountants, working professionals and students in the domains of Indian auditing, accounting and the tax and regulatory space, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing Chartered Accountant. Daily news and updates for 24th July 2023. Several Chinese handset makers including Xiaomi, Realme, Oppo, Vivo and Oneplus have allegedly evaded significant amounts of goods and service tax and customs duties over the past 5 years. According to the government statement, they have collectively evaded Rs 1,108.98 crore in GST and Rs 7,966.09 crore in customs duties between the financial year 2017-18 and 23-24. In response to these alleged tax evasion cases, the government has taken action by issuing show-cause notices to the companies and initiating investigations. The aim is to hold these companies accountable for their tax obligations. The Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Rajeev Chandrasekhar, mentioned that the companies are being persuaded to deposit the tax amount, interest and penalty as applicable. On another note, these Chinese handset makers have set up their manufacturing units in India and work with contract manufacturers. They have a significant presence in India with a cumulative turnover estimated to be Rs 1.5 lakh crore in the financial year 21-22. These companies have generated a substantial number of direct employment opportunities through their manufacturing operations, employing over 75,000 workers. They also have sales and operational workforce of around 80,000 workers. The Income Tax Department has requested NRIs with inoperative PANs to submit their NRI status and supporting documents to their respecting assessing officers. The Income Tax Department has said that this is necessary to update the PAN database and to avoid any inconvenience to NRIs. The Finance Act 2023 has introduced a new clause 34B in Section 10 of the Income Tax Act. This clause exempts dividend income earned by an international financial services unit primarily engaged in the aircraft leasing business. The exemption is subject to the condition that the company paying the dividend should also be an IFSC unit engaged in aircraft leasing business. In order to bring uniformity with tax deduction provisions, the Central Board of Direct Taxes issued a notification to exempt such dividend income from the levy of TDS provisions. The CBDT granted exemptions from tax deduction at source under Section 194 from dividend income paid by a unit of IFSC engaged in aircraft leasing business to a unit of IFSC engaged in the same business. The notification shall be applicable from September 1st, 2023. According to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the 8 northeastern states of India have experienced strong growth in GST collections since its implementation. The GST revenue has seen an annual growth rate of about 27.5% in these states, leading to a significant increase in their resources. Sitharaman highlighted some specific examples of the GST's impact in the region. Assam's central sales tax collection before the implementation of GST was Rs 558.26 crore during 2016-17. However, after the introduction of GST, its IGST collection increased manifold to 7,097 crore in financial year 23. Similarly, Sikkim and Meghalaya also achieved significant growth in GST collections. Sikkim's collections increased from Rs 263.5 crore to Rs 3,136 crore and Meghalaya's collections increased from 587.21 crore to Rs 2,078 crore. Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurated the GST Bhavan, a project for CGST, CX and Customs Office Agartala Guwahati Zone under CBIC at Agartala, Tripura. The GST Bhavan is an office complex in the center of Agartala city. The project is located at one of the most preferred locations in Agartala. The IBBI has notified amendment in IBBI Regulations 2016 whereby the regulatory fees have been introduced. Now the IBBI has clarified that the regulatory fee shall not be payable in cases where the approved resolution plan in respect of insolvency resolution of a real estate project is from an association or group of allottees in such a real estate project. Earlier, the SEBI allowed mutual funds to launch only one scheme with ESG investing under thematic category for equity schemes. Now, in view of the industry representations for allowing multiple schemes with different ESG strategies and considering the increased need for green financing, SEBI has decided to permit the launch of multiple ESG schemes with different strategies by mutual funds. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.